Happy International Women's Day. This year's International Women's Day theme is hashtag choose to challenge. All around the world, individuals are raising their hands to show their commitment to choose to challenge inequality, call out bias, question stereotypes, and help forge an inclusive world. I join them. I choose to challenge. And this episode is my take on how choose to challenge can go beyond a hand lifted or a voice raised to impact our financial futures as women. Welcome to the FIFE Movement. I'm your host, Amanda Neely. This is the only movement that helps you create your unique, feminine, and entrepreneurial path to financial independence. Now, be sure to subscribe. And then also, I've got this really great video that I found that was made for today. I found it on the International Women's Day website, and it's on YouTube, of course. I'm going to put the link in the description because I think everyone should watch this. It really does a really good job of sharing this theme, choose to challenge. And one kind of repeated phrase in this video is that gender is a pre-written book. Gender is a pre-written book. And when it comes to money, the pre-written book is that so many things, right? Women should leave the finances to the men. Maybe the woman, can run the weekly grocery budget, but the men decide the investments. Maybe women decide how to spend some money on the kids' clothes, but men decide how or if to pay for college and save for retirement. Women are told to let the men provide for the family, and women are overlooked and mansplained to in the offices of financial professionals. Women are paid less than men for the same jobs. I could go on and on. Whether you're single or married or newly single or whatever, you as a woman, me as a woman, we've experienced these kind of pre-written books all the time and expectations. As a woman, this is what you can do and can't do. But increasingly, there are already so many women who this isn't their story. They've written their own chapter, they've changed the book forever. They're taking an active role in making certain their future and their present are set financially, whatever that looks like for each woman individually. Choose to challenge for me, ask the question, what if every woman around the world has the opportunity and is encouraged to write her own narrative around money? Just imagine that in your context, in a context halfway around the world, in cities, in rural areas, in places with resources, in places with a lack of resources. What if every woman got to write her own narrative, had the opportunity to, but also was empowered, right, to write her own narrative around money? So, my question for you today is, what book has been pre-written for you? Bring this home for yourself, right? What book around money has been pre-written for you that you're ready to see if it needs a plot twist, if you want to, change that narrative up for yourself. Maybe it's you only need a $1,000 emergency fund. Maybe you're feeling you need more. Maybe if the whole myths of you've got to speculate to accumulate or no risk, no reward. What if you found your own way to make sure you're set financially no matter what's happening in more risky investments? Is it maybe that you have to let somebody else lead? Maybe you're ready to say, I'm done letting someone else lead. I'm going to take the lead with money. Maybe it's you've been told you can't handle your own money responsibly. You're just not a good steward of your money. Maybe you're ready to challenge that myth and say, I want to be responsible. I want to figure out what that looks like for me and find this balance between spending and saving and or whatever that looks like. What's the part of your story that you choose to challenge? And then after you've kind of looked at that inward, look around. Where do you see women around you in a pre-written book? And how might you choose to challenge inequality, bias, and stereotypes around money? How might you forge a more inclusive world around, the financial sector and how people interact with it. There are so many things that could be there, but just maybe look around today as you go about your day or this week or this year or how, and just notice and speak up whenever you see inequality, bias, or stereotypes, but especially around money. For me, I I've been thinking about this a lot. Obviously, I'm, making a show all about financial independence from a feminine perspective. And yes, it's for men too, embracing the feminine side of them. And there's always pushback to that. Well, it doesn't really seem like it's for men. Should I like really subscribe to your channel or like be on your email list or whatever? And it's like, yeah, so much of what's already shared out there, even if they don't call it a masculine perspective, is from a more masculine perspective. And I think it's good to see the other side of the coin, to, hear the other side of the perspective, and then also like find where you sit, right? Each of us has different kinds of traits and qualities that might be in a different, or the same gender lines, right? Um, but carving our own narrative around money, that's what this show is all about. And I think that is really a crucial way to end stereotypes and bias and inequality, is to encourage each person to have their unique path, and to say, as long as you're being open and continuing on that path with insight from other people and, learning and growing, then more power to you. It's when you get stuck in a certain way, right? That's when there's not the growth that could happen. So for me, I want to keep encouraging you to grow, to seek out the opposite opinion of what you've heard before, to sit with your emotions, really feel them, but also take a logical approach. Have a well-rounded financial perspective, and that's what I'm trying to bring. And I hope that's what you're looking for as well. And of course, in my professional life, making sure all financial decision makers, or all that would be impacted by the financial decisions, are part of conversations and are sharing their voices, so that we can hear like the different perspectives and empower everyone to have their own narrative. So those are some thoughts for today. And I'll conclude with this, as the International Women's Day website says, from challenge comes change. So let's all choose to challenge. If you're looking for change for yourself, for the world, for your community, then challenge can, being challenged, helping challenge, that can bring about that change. So think about that word today, challenge, and choose to challenge. Thanks for checking out the FIFE movement as you go about your day today. Remember, wealth is coming your way, and your quest is to prepare to use it well. You can subscribe to this channel. You can visit us at fifemovement.com to connect with the community, get some more resources for, that quest to prepare for using wealth well. And if this video has been helpful to you today, or this episode, please share it with someone that you care about, and maybe have a conversation about what choose to challenge looks like for you. And I'd love to hear that too. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment below with how you're looking to choose to challenge around money in your life and in your community, in the world today.